Yo, what's going on, everybody? Wyatt Hertz here, back with some more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. This time we're playing Lowlands. It's Team Deathmatch in Battle Commander, and looking at the gun, you can see that it is the ACR in my hands one more time. Of course, it's been modified. If you've been following my stuff, you'll remember I used to have the... Prior to this, most recently prior to this, I had the ACOG scope on there. I also had the personal UAV sweep, and I've swapped out an infantry ability since then as well. Looking at it now, and this really is, this gun is the game's most well-rounded all-purpose weapon, you know. So I recommend that you guys get a little creative when setting up your kits with this weapon in particular. It can really accommodate anything that you can throw at it, as far as gear goes, and then just mix and match things up in your infantry abilities and purchase slots. You may find something that really works well for you. So anyway, like I said, I had the ACOG on there previously, and I've swapped that out, mounted a red dot sight on there. So I'm looking to work the mid-range a little bit stronger with this loadout. I also got rid of that personal UAV sweep, and after being inspired by kind of those a few of those spotlight rounds that have been rolling out recently in both Witch Doctors and Eeyores, where they both had the cluster bombs going, I thought I'd showcase it here in a kit of my own. I have the cluster bombs in there, and I did swap out. Now that's a knife which was previously in here for penny pincher, so the cluster bombs, the airstrikes will be that much cheaper, and they will come into play, you know. So it's steady aim, quick draw, and penny pincher that are in the infantry abilities. Now right here, I do push forward. I saw that, I thought it was a corpse that was coming into view. Bazit. He does get some revenge on me. If you'd been paying attention earlier, I did kind of cut him off at the knees as he stepped out on the main road a little bit earlier. But he returns the favor that time, putting me down at knee level as well, and gets some revenge. So good on him. And right back there, I was checking to make sure he was good and dead. However, I did take a little fire, and it has me looking. Where is he? I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. This time, do find Draman up there, prone on the gas station rooftop, which is a deadly little location, you know. I did, but with some good, clean fire, did put him down pretty quickly. Was right on the mark with that mid-range ACR fire with that red dot sight. So this great. I recommend this loadout for that mid-range play. Now I did move forward right over onto Randy's donut hole here, rooftop. Didn't want to hold the high rooftop, you know. Obviously, without the ACOG on there, I don't want to be working those extreme long ranges. And right here, this is a much more comfortable distance. There's a lot of activity down there. You see, I really did focus a little bit too long on Bazit as Draman was pushing forward. He was the, Bazit was the low percentage shot just because so much of his body was concealed behind the barricade. But right there, the first cluster bomb coming down, helping out Tobster as he was squaring off against David Faraday's LAV, and those LAVs, they can be, they're tank killers. You know, they can scrap a heavy armor really quickly. Now getting back into the action, I do a double take on the Humvee driving by, the enemy Humvee. It was DJ Love Guru. And what really caught my eye was just when the name changed and it came up David Faraday. I knew the driver was out, and I thought, well, there's somebody on that turret. I'll put a little semi-blind fire down there and try and do enough damage to finish him off, and I did. So a couple quick deaths at my hands on David Faraday. And I'm making a run for the 5-star here. This will be a 5-star run. It could have ended right there had that guy actually been on the ball. I got a little lucky there. just lucky that I checked that corner as well as I did. And got the knife on him, followed up with some fire on Netanel, and continue to push forward. Now looking at the top of the screen, I am 1 kill away from something. 1 kill away from the 3rd star, I do believe. I'm not sure why they've disappeared. Coming up here, I did do a quick turn. I did check the backstretch, saw that my team was strong back there, and looking at the radar, there's a lot of guys on that main road near the garage and in the swamps. You know, I go straight to the cluster bomb to do some serious damage. I did see that the friendly LAV was working the swamp, so wisely redirected it to the garage parking lot and pull out 2 quick ones right away. 2 quick kills right away with that cluster bomb, and then a 3rd guy, he just kind of walked into the blast radius as it was winding down. Now pushing up to the road, I catch behind you, kind of out in no man's land on that rooftop, well exposed, and really had no cover to run to. Luckily, I was fast enough to put him down before he could get off the rooftop or in behind that barricade that's up there. Now squaring off against Darksider's cow, who abandons his, he abandoned his drone, but I scrapped the drone, and get stuck having to deal with this buzzard, you know, that's putting up some serious fire my way. I'm getting kills along the way, however, putting down Bazit, and right here, I figure it's time for a Dipsy Doodle. I figure he had me paced. He'd sent a few shots my way already, so it may have saved my life, that little Dipsy Doodle, that little zigzag. It certainly helped that a teammate did scrap that buzzard shortly afterwards. Now, cutting through the parking lot as I charged the gas station, ran into behind you, kind of bearing down on me from that rooftop. And again, just put him down really quickly. And now I'm sitting one away from the 5-star. You can see the enemy LAV rolling around the corner. You know, I'm playing this really cautiously. I did want to hit the 5-star. Didn't have quite enough for the cluster bomb yet. And I'm itching to get to it, you know, get rid of that LAV if I can. I move out of the area, and here it is, a nicely banked grenade up there. Take out DJ Love Guru. I did hear the fire coming off that rooftop. Now I can comfortably and confidently go to this cluster bomb. However, a bit of a fail. I think I only pull in one, and it wasn't the LAV. I put a considerable lead on the target there, hoping that he was going to, keep rolling around the corner, and he just stalled out. Maybe he saw it coming, maybe he saw a target that caught his eye. But regardless, the last cluster bomb was a bit of a fail. But some good numbers nonetheless. We do pull out the victory there. Let me go back and check it. 10,000 to 7,200. Pretty solid round for my team. Pretty solid performance for the other team as well. You know, we do have a slight advantage. It's not a huge advantage, but we do have a slight advantage, and it really did show in the numbers at the end. So a 19-2 for me, you know, pretty solid round considering no vehicles were pulled out. I figure that's the kit I was using and the way I played that was pretty respectable. So some decent numbers considering. Let's take a look at some other names and numbers here. Tobster with a 13-3, great performance. Wob 13-9, not bad. Eric Rico 10-5 behind me, 10-2, good KDR there, and Blow Puppy kind of rounding out the plus side on our team with a 7-5. Going over to the other side, we're looking at the big performer over there behind you with a 22-7, who was obviously doing some really great work there that game, but had some unlucky encounters squaring off against me. I just really did get the better of him most of the times when we squared off, I think. And Darksider's Cow with a 9-6. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, as always, please do leave a like or a comment or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, remember why it hurts. Later all. Hurts out.